What's up, everybody? It is the end of day one of week 8 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now in this television that I've wheeled out into the LCS parking lot with PowerofEvil, who's also joining me on a television. Hey, PowerofEvil, what's it been like for you this past week? Because it definitely feels like it's been crazy for everybody.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, it's really different. It's really weird. Obviously, we changed from playing in the office to playing at home, so that was I would say, a big change. And then as well, it's the first time where everyone just plays in their own room. So we're not even next to each other because, like in my earlier years, I was playing in European teams. There was gaming houses too, but you would play next to each other, not in your own room, right? So it's definitely kind of weird. I would say that we're all pretty cool about it. I think we're having a lot of fun. We're just playing troll games after scrims and after solo queue time, and I feel like we're just trying to make the best out of it.
Yeah. I mean, are you the type of person who likes to go out and do things normally?
Well, I like to go out from time to time, but so I normally am someone who likes to like kind of reset and get energy at home, but I like to go out from time to time.
And has it been tough or weird that you can't do that, or knowing that you probably won't be able to for some time?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's definitely weird. As well, like we have a lot of rules that we like don't come into danger of like infecting our own teammates, right? So we are actually not the ones buying groceries; they're getting brought to us, and we just have a lot of rules regarding that, and it's definitely a big change.
Oh,
It's the
interesting.
first time I have that in my life. I feel like it's like like try not to leave the house as much as you can. Like you shouldn't buy groceries. Like our manager's doing that and stuff like this. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's interesting. So the FlyQuest folks are actually going out and buying you the things that you guys need.
Yeah.
Are you able to do delivery? Do you order delivery food at all, or do you mostly just do groceries?
Well, well, we are ordering delivery, but we are trying to limit it to like a certain like we are ordering like from the same place, lunch and dinner, and
Gotcha.
it's our manager picking it up with like a mask and like gloves and stuff like this. So it's like just try like I feel like you can never like fully or it's really hard to like completely I feel like delete the chance that someone gets infected, but like we're just trying to like minimize it as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, I want to keep talking about this, but I definitely want to make sure that we talk about the games first. So, just now against Immortals felt, I don't know, pretty solid for you guys. What has it been like, especially as you had the roster change this week?
Also we had 2 weeks of practice, so we had luckily a lot of time to figure out which top laner we're gonna start. I think it was a really tough decision. I think we kind of started with we started with putting Viper out and trying out solo, and then tried it out solo. Then obviously like this change came in 1 week delayed, and so we had more time to try both of them. I think it was a really close call. The coach decided in the end that we should try out solo on stage. Or like, on stage. What am I saying?
Yes.
Like
In
on the
game, yes, yeah.
in the games, and I think today or like so tonight we're gonna have a meeting about where we're gonna play tomorrow. I think we're not sure yet. I think Viper really stepped up from the time when we put him out and tried out solo. So I feel like they're both really really strong top laners, and I think we are lucky to have both of them.
Somebody's now delivering something to me right now as I'm getting this message. Normally, it doesn't happen while I'm doing interviews that something like this happens. Um, well, so you've started to figure out where you're going to go, but it sounds like maybe it still is a little up in the air on the roster decision. But today, I mean, it felt like today went okay.
Yeah, I think today was pretty good. I felt like we had the better draft, honestly. They have a can't pick bot lane, so they would need to snowball bot. Cassie against Victor is like Cassie needs to like get a big lead early game because that is hard outrange her. It was a little bit scary on I would say like 2 occasions. One, I died one time because Solo forgot to call Aatrox missing, and but I'm cool with that. That's just
First
I feel like the
blood.
first game, like the first time with the team, there was no problem.
Yeah.
And the second, I feel like risky thing was the Herald. I feel like that's where we won the game because we got the Herald while the turtle is getting a blade bot lane, so they lost a lot. They lost like on both sides of the map at the same time, and that could have gone wrong for us too. So I think we would need to review that it's not that close next time, because yeah, that could like hurt us a lot too, you know.
Yeah. It sounds as though a lot of the analysts are predicting FlyQuest to be top 3, possibly with TSM and C9. How confident are you that you can get that position?
Well, so I felt like we had this really disappointing O2 week last week. No, 2 weeks ago, and I actually felt like the week leading up to the scrims that week were really bad too. So that's why we decided to make this change of the top end situation. And we had like a big meeting on everyone should say like what are their problems. Like it felt like a little bit that like people were burned out like now in the last like 2 3 weeks of the season. And I feel like after we had this meeting, scrims were way more productive. I feel like we started winning way more scrims again as we used to in the first weeks. And I would say that we have a pretty good shot. No.
So the final thing I really want to get to is, and I've been talking to some of the pros about this, how are you holding up? So I just spoke with Acadian, who mentioned that there was a vote among the players around continuing the LCS in spring. The majority of the players said that they that they felt like they maybe just suspend spring split and move on to summer. Especially for players like yourself who are here as an international player, maybe there's a desire to go back home, or I don't know. If I was in another country and all this was going on, I'd feel pretty wonky. So how are you dealing with this, and is it spooky at all being in LA rather than back home? Is this global issue is occurring?
Well, it's definitely obviously I feel like obviously if I could I would want to play. Want to be with my family and be in Germany, but I feel like here at FlyQuest, I feel like all my teammates are really friendly. I feel like we're having a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of like we're kind of just trying to block out what's really going on outside. We're like trying to just like enjoy our time here in the gaming house together, and we're just trying to like kind of forget the things I would say that's gonna happen, and I would say that helps us a lot. And I feel like there's a lot of like things that go into the decision as well. Like like obviously like a few players voted yes, a few players voted no, and there's like you need to like consider a lot of different things too, right? Like imagine like the imports would have been back in like their own home country, if this crisis isn't like over in like a few months. Even for summer split, there might be still travel bans, so you wouldn't even be able to come back, so you wouldn't even be able to compete in the summer split either, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of stuff I think you need to consider, and I'm not sure what's the best decision.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Well, I guess wash your hands, guys, and stay safe. I know a lot of people like can't stay home, so I'm lucky to be able to, and yeah, just try to be considerate, and I hope you guys enjoyed our games. We're gonna try to get the next win tomorrow and then move on from that.
Well, thank you, PowerofEvil, so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching that interview. One thing about working from home and making all this from home right now, I can showcase some of the things that I have here with me, including this M15 notebook. This is actually something that we've used as we've worked remotely a ton in the past, and it's incredibly powerful and great. You maybe are trying to figure out what you want, if you need something to move around the house right now, or maybe in preparation for going back to school later on. These things are amazing. They're beautiful. They're lovely computers. It can do a whole lot of stuff off of this. This is the M15. They also have an M17 that looks a lot like it. But either way, you can check out this computer and more at the link in the video description. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this little bar to light up here. Yeah, there we go. This lights up and it's customizable. It looks so clean, doesn't it?